So, but maybe you know what? There's no way to solve this with science, just like anything else in life. We need religion. Mr.
Yeah.
Potato, what is the answer?
Honeys,
we're home.
Hello and welcome to Sinclairity A Dinosaurs Tale. I am your host. We're gonna need another Timmy along with my co-host.
Hey, this is Ben Hand Up Me.
Hi Ben, how are you?
I'm good. Are we there yet?
No.
This is taking forever. I've been in this car with you for 6 hours.
Well, you better get used to it. Here, you need this bottle to pee in.
Wait, is it a Gatorade? Because if not, that pee's going everywhere.
Yeah, it's Gatorade.
That one's already my pee.
No, it's gamer drink. Gamer drink.
Okay, the only gamer fuel that isn't pee. I love that commercial.
Yeah, you need some of that. You need the big old lid.
And that's my impression of doing. That's Meryl Streep does the commercial. That's my Meryl Streep impression.
That's a very good Meryl Streep, I gotta say.
Thank you. That's so nice of you.
I can tell you've been practicing on this 6-hour car drive.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do. The only
car drive.
Yeah. This is a sex drive.
What a movie!
We're on our way to see Sex Drive at the Nickelodeon on the corner.
We're on our way to see Fall Out Boy at a Rumspringa party.
Yeah. Where is your boy tonight? I hope he is a Rumspringa.
They do that acoustic, right? Is the acoustic version?
Maybe. Did you know that Rumspringa used to be the mayor of Cincinnati? Wait, no, that's Jerry Springer.
It's a ska band.
It's a ska band. That's the best joke. That's the only thing either of us remember about that movie, if we're being honest with ourselves, is that one guy makes a ska band joke.
Yeah, it's like this sounds like a ska band.
Yeah, he's like, isn't that a ska band from like Georgia? He says like some state when he says it. Isn't that a ska band? But like that's the most accurate. Like somebody had to say that. That's like I was just on Amazon looking for checker printed pants, no reason, and they're called chef pants apparently, and like one of the top comments was a guy being like, surprisingly comfortable, they fit pretty long. I bought these as a costume to wear for my ska band.
A costume?
Yeah, I was like
to be in the ska band.
It's called a uniform, sir. It's important.
It's a full-time job.
You know what else is a full-time job?
Watching the show Dinosaurs from the 90s.
Yeah, which is what we do here. This is our day job. It is daytime.
That's right. And it would be great if we actually got paid.
Hey, don't tell them. You're supposed to always pretend to get paid. Whenever anybody asks me why I post crazy shit on like Twitter or Facebook, I tell them I make 50,000 large ones each post.
Large what?
Coconuts. But that's still like, if I sell those, that's good money.
I think you could probably give that to like, Silk or those companies that make coconut milk.
So the Silk Road on the black dark web. Probably.
Yeah, which is the only place you can get this podcast, actually.
Yeah, we're dark web only now. If you're listening to this, then you must be you're like an ace hacker boy.
You probably got crypto and
they're using Torrid, not the store for like heavy set goths, but like
goths.
That's what it used to be for. I don't know what it does now.
It's normie. It's so normie, Ben. What are you talking about?
Normie. What is this? Norm McDonald shirts? That's it?
That would be cool.
Just a shirt that says the moth said your light was on, like as a shirt, because that'd be fucking great.
Note to self.
I just want one of him doing his Quentin Tarantino impression. He's like, you had to pick the right guy for the role, all right? It's just him saying hey and all right, like okay, all right. And he has like a fake chin on. It's great. I didn't even know what a Quentin Tarantino impression would be until I saw that. And I was like, this is perfect.
Hey, It's almost like
let me see your feet.
It's almost like a Jay Leno, like a balding Jay Leno. I feel like that's what Quentin Tarantino.
There's no way Jay Leno's hair is real. Hey, have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Have you heard about my hair? It's not real.
Have you heard about Pulp Fiction? I made that movie. It goes out of order. It's out of sequence. They said, why do you want John Travolta in this role? I said, because he's the right guy, all right?
He's cool.
He's got feet for days, Sonny.
Oh my god. Yeah, he does dance and you can see his feet. So
he's a man and he talks about rubbing Marcellus Wallace's wife's feet. It's a foot-centric movie.
There's someone. Okay, this is kind of off topic.
Off topic of the thing that we're discussing right now that is not on topic.
I'm just saying that there is a reoccurring customer at work whose email,
the vegan deli you work at.
The email, like part of the email, just part of it is Marcellus Wallace. That's the email.
Wow. So
it's like at gmail.com.
I got one question. Does he look like a bitch?
I don't know, but every time I see it, I laugh. It's almost as good as Celine Dion 91.
Oh no.
That was hilarious.
Salon Dijon.
Yeah.
But so as you know, today it's we're a third of the way through season 4. We're doing season 4, episode 4, Driving Miss Ethyl, a title that is a parody on the film Driving Miss Daisy from 1989, starring your guy Morgan Freeman. You said your favorite guy.
Definitely.
Wait, no, you just corrected me because I was wrong. I don't think
all time.
Yeah, it's no matter what he's done anyway. And then I just want to say that in case anybody knows something that we don't. And it's the movie where he drives Jessica Tandy around a year before she dies in real life.
He's not driving her to the funeral home.
No, because that's a year later than the film came out. He's just driving her around. Like, she's like, please let me out of this car. And he's like, no, I can't go under 50. I haven't seen it.
Please let me out of this car.
It's like Arrested Development when Michael drives the housekeeper and she thinks she's being kidnapped, but he thinks he's like doing a favor.
Just like that.
Yeah. Or just like in King of the Hill where Peggy kidnaps a little Hispanic girl from Mexico and like thinks that she's also doing her a favor. It's apparently that's just a plot. That's one. I'm gonna look back on our episodes because I'm currently uploading some missing ones from YouTube, and I'm gonna figure out that one of our episodes was about you driving me somewhere, and I think I'm being kidnapped, and I'm also, I guess, from Mexico in this scenario.
No, I don't think so, Benito.
Well, then what's happening right now? Why am I in this car still? Where are we going?
Well, we're going to record this episode, which we're doing right now.
Oh shit. Are you sure you're good to be like watching and analyzing a TV show while you're driving?
Yeah, we got DVD players in the back.
How are you in the back? Oh, it's a Tesla. Okay. I can almost guarantee that I do not fit in a Tesla. There's no way that car is made for someone my size.
Well, they have like trucks and SUVs.
You mean that joke truck that they made as a joke? Did they actually make that?
I'm sure, like it's ugly, so yeah, they probably made it because all the cars are ugly. All those cars are.
We're gonna find out that we're wrong, and years from now, we're gonna look back and be like, "Damn, look at that classic Tesla! It's fucking hot."
The classic Tesla.
Yeah, I'm talking about post-apocalyptic America, where me and you are one of 20 survivors, and we're looking at pictures of cars and thinking, like, "Damn, I wish that we had legs still or anything." Food, oxygen.
Do you really think that if there were 20 people left in the world, we would be 2 of them?
Yeah, I think that we're charming. I don't think people would kill us.
But what if that had nothing to do with it? Like being like people killing us? What if something else kills us?
Well, it depends on whether. Okay, so we got charming is our main thing that will survive us. Looks is last, unfortunately. I'd say the fact that you're vegan would be a problem because like you'd have to deal with the fact that eating people is all we can do at that point.
Who cares? You can eat people.
Yeah, people are vegan compliant. That's true.
Yeah.
What if the person ate meat recently though?
It doesn't matter.
I guess plants eat meat, so I mean
Some of
technically
them do.
the circle of life.
I mean, if you eat like, I was gonna say if you if you eat Venus flytrap.
But those eat bugs, and that's a whole ethical debate still
Oh
among
my God.
vegans. So we can't
I
get
don't
into
wanna,
that. No,
I don't want to talk about it.
we're not Andy Tabar. We're not doing that.
So tell me.
Why?
So tell me about this. Tell me this crazy writing party, because there's like 4 writers on this episode, which I noticed too. Like the list was ridiculous.
How they split up Adam Barr and Peter Akko's names, which are normally jammed together. It's Adam Barr and Tim Doyle and Jane Epperson and Peter Akko. That should be a T-shirt.
Like, it's crazy. Like in the interview that we did with Tim, he talks about how lots of people would write like every episode. They would just kind of randomly pick who gets credited, but for whatever reason, they were just like, all right, we're going to credit all 4 of you.
Well, here's what happened is they all got mad that a woman was being given money.
Oh,
they
right.
Had to divvy it up between 4 people.
There you go. Yeah.
They're like, well, she wrote it, but like I was there looking at her.
But this is like her first one.
Yeah,
So...
first of 2. And the second one is directed by Jeff McCracken, and so is the episode she writes in the future.
Maybe they're friends.
Past. Yeah. I don't know. She probably knows Mr. Bilsing since she used to produce and write for the OC.
Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, Gilmore Girls, Torchwood, which is a Doctor Who spinoff. Game of Thrones, she got a Writers Guild Award for the episode of Game of Thrones she wrote.
Oh God.
It's probably the one where there were tits and stuff and whatever and dragons.
I mean, every episode.
Yes. There was a Starbucks cup, I think. Anyway. She wrote the Starbucks cup. She just put that in the episode.
She must be pretty clever to write Gilmore Girls, though.
I know, that's so fast paced.
That show's only for like clever people.
I thank you, because I did watch it after school every day.
And people who like the jokes are just like, they're not for. It's not how people talk. That's all I'm saying.
Nobody talks like that, but I wish they did. Like, that's like if I walked in a room and like Lorelai and Rory were there talking and like making these clever quip jokes that like move as fast as my brain does, I would just cry and die on the spot, because I'm like, it's happening.
It's not real.
I try to do that in public. I try to start a conversation with my friend. I'll be like, yeah. And then Morgan Freeman said to me, get off the bus. And I said, hey, this ain't Speed. This is Speed 2. And then like, you would be like, what? Shut up. And then like, it doesn't work like that in real life.
Oh, you're being a real Humphrey Bogart right now.
Yeah.
You know,
ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's how you fight Bogarts. But see, look, that was quick, but we're not a mother and daughter that are both hot, so we can't pull it off.
Alexis Bledel has ska cred because
pop punk cred. Let's be real.
Nah,
She's gonna break soon. Gonna break soon. She's gonna break soon.
The album version has horns.
Name one horn. The album version, is that on Anthem?
Yeah,
the album where they mix the horns the fuck out of it.
Basically.
Yeah, that album is like sneaky ska. It's a little sneaky ska.
It's still good though. It's still a good album.
Pretty sneaky, Roger. But I don't know. I do think I went with the name Roger, by the way, because the original comment is pretty sneaky sis, and in the show Sister Sister, there's a character named Roger, and Roger is a member of Les and Jake. That's Gilmore Girls for you. Real life Gilmore Girls.
You just wrote a joke from Gilmore Girls.
Yeah. Do you remember that episode where Rory goes on a rant about punk guys that went to college? She mentions Milo Ackerman. She mentions Dexter Holland. She mentions fucking some other guy, Greg Graffin. It's like because their boyfriend didn't want to go to college because he was too punk.
Exactly.
So Gilmore Girls has punk credit altogether. That's ska and punk. It's Operation Ivy of TV shows.
Yep.
So if you want more of that, listen to the Demi last name. Zach, plug in Demi's last name because you know how to pronounce it. The podcast Gilmore Boys, where they discuss Gilmore Girls.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that's a good podcast I've never listened to. I just assume. But speaking of good podcasts, I can't in good conscience use that as a segue.
No, you can't.
But I can in good conscience say that it's time for Earl to go to work today.
Yes. So that's what this episode is about, basically, is Earl wants to enjoy his weekend, but then Fran implores that Earl take Ethel to her 60th year reunion.
Mm-hmm.
So to get him out of the house so she can take nice family photos for his birthday.
Yeah. So we start this episode with let's note that does take place in 60 million and 2 BC, which is 1 year after the first episode.
I guess so. Yeah,
I was
trying to
60 million and 3, I'm pretty sure. So,
yeah.
but she also, we find out she's 78-ish. It's 60-year high school reunion. That's 60 years after being 18. So
yeah, well, we thought she was like 72.
She's supposed to be. She would be 73 now, because her 72nd birthday is when she was supposed to be. The day after was supposed to be when she was hurled. So
very inconsistent here.
Yeah. So I'm noticing our first continuity error. So basically, it's supposed to be like 6 years have passed in season 1, but only 1 year has also passed. So maybe years were different back then, because the way the sun we took longer to travel around the sun or something.
We were closer to it, weren't we?
So I guess we traveled around it faster. So, but maybe you know what? There's no way to solve this with science. Just like anything else in life, we need religion. Mr. Potato, what is the answer? I'm just so happy to finally have a God.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank God. Much. Thank you. Thank God it's Saturday. So Earl comes downstairs in his like flannel. He's carrying his hard hat. He's ready to go to work. And he's like, doing his little like, oh, I'm off to go to work. Hi ho, the Dario. And Fran's just like, hey, you fucking idiot. You don't work today. It's like fucking Saturday and shit.
It reminds me of that the Simpsons episode when Homer wakes up and he thinks it's Saturday, and then Marge is just like, it's Wednesday.
It's the worst. I literally had this happen to me this Friday, so 2 days ago in real time, so everybody gets clued into how we do this. So Friday I was just got to work, and somebody's like mentioned to me while I was putting my soda in the fridge in the break room, one of the 2 break rooms, kind of fancy place. He was like, well, thank God it's Friday. And I was just like, oh God, thank God it's Friday. I was thinking it was Wednesday all day. And I just got so happy. I just like Earl, I came immediately.
Yeah, because when Fran stops him, he's like, okay, Fran, say it again. Like he goes back and he's like, all right, say it again.
Round 2. But she's not playing that shit because she actually does stuff on the weekend.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to. He grabs the remote from Baby to watch some extreme sports.
Yeah, he makes it sound like he's gonna go biking and do all this shit, but he just means watching it. But thank God, because I think I would have thrown up doing a backflip if I saw him ride a bike, because I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, that would be very weird, but it could be interesting to see if they could pull it off on this show.
They pulled off Kermit riding a bike in the fucking Muppets first movie, and that was already like hard to do. Like
that's hard because he's impossible. A hand puppet. Yeah.
So Earl's a hand puppet for the We Say So Corporation.
Also, I don't know if you know, so when he gets the remote and he sits down and asks for pancakes, I don't think he sits in a chair. I think he just plops down. Like
that's what he does anyway. But you mean his pillars aren't there?
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, because usually maybe they had to move the pillars for the blocking of the scene, because like maybe he would have accidentally run into them or something.
I don't know, but I mean, like in when we talked to Bill, like he had a little stool in there, so I guess he could just do that. But
yeah, still a little stool. He should probably clean that costume out eventually. You got a little stool in there, Bill.
Well, they did every night.
Yeah, they had to, because he had a little stool in there by the end of each shift. It's 15-hour days.
That's what Ben's talking about, everybody.
Yeah, I forgot stool is so outdated.
Yeah,
it's too cool for stool. Tim and McGowan. I mean, whatever your last name is in the show.
But while he's sitting, Ethel comes in and Fran comments, she's like, "Oh my god, like you look so beautiful. That's such a beautiful dress." And Earl's like, "Yeah, looks very lifelike."
Yeah, but nobody can dampen her effervescent spirits because it's a special day. She got her teeth in one try.
Yeah, well, that's what Earl says, which makes the baby laugh. Which
yeah, baby is getting really into the roasting going on here. But no, it's her 60th high school reunion somehow because time doesn't make sense and nothing's real. And she's excited for it. And like, I gotta say, you're like a little older than me, and you graduated from high school, which is funny. That's a goofy thing to do. Did you go to your 30th? I'd guess in 30th was recently high school reunion.
30th.
How old are you again?
I missed my 10-year. I know that for sure.
Oh, you're not a teacher that's been working long enough. You don't got tenure.
No, I don't got tenure.
But you missed your 10-year high school reunion. Why?
I was on tour.
Oh shit! They should have like had somebody show up there to tell them how cool you are because you were on tour.
I was too cool.
They're like, oh, Tim couldn't make it. He's on tour. They're like, oh, so he's not grown up yet. He's out playing with his friends.
He's out. He's in Jacksonville playing to 5 people. Yeah,
he's at Ben Hand Upme's house in Norwood, Ohio, jerking off. Yeah, that happens. Wait, no, that's not a real story. Don't worry, everybody.
That was a big tour. That was a bigger tour than whatever I was doing in 2015.
Oh, man, 2015 was going to be your reunion, so we just revealed your age and weight and height.
Yep.
Well, I think
2,015 pounds.
So you're a dinosaur.
and I'm 2015 years old.
And 2015 centimeters tall.
Yeah, below the belt.
I gotta look up what that is in feet. By the way, 66 feet. Nice.
66
below
feet,
the belt. Then that's just like from foot to waist.
Yeah.
So he's got
long legs, tiny little body.
Don't care. Long legs don't care. Tiny little body. So we get so Ethel's main thing she's excited about is a weekend away from the fat boy. And he's like, oh, I can do better than that. I get a weekend away from you, and which isn't doing better. He didn't even add like an insult.
Yeah, and then he's like, so how are you getting there? Are they sending you a cab or a hearse?
Baby once again is fucking into it. And this is when Earl learns that Fran planned for Earl to drive her. And that's never going to happen. He lays the foot down like he does in every 3rd or 4th episode. He does this, and then she gives him a look, and he's like, uh-oh, no spaghetti night.
Yeah, so he does it. And the next shot in the cold open here is Ethel is in the back seat. Earl's driving him. And so in these scenes, right, they have like the car, and then they have like a blue screen behind them with just like random footage. And she's like smacking him with the stick. She's like, you're going too fast. And then Earl's just like, will you let me get out of the driveway? Yeah. But the footage makes it look like they're just like on the road.
Yeah, they really didn't plan that out at all. Like, how hard could it be to literally just get a footage of backing out of a driveway?
Yeah. So
this is why the show didn't last past halfway through a 4th season.
And that's when we get the theme song.
Yeah, the cover of the Scott 2 Network song.
Oh, no French fries.
They were open.
What?
Wow, be grateful, Tim.
I got a whole crunch wrap. I was expecting French fries.
Wow, that's pretty nice. Tim's mother-in-law just delivered him food right after the cold open. That's our theme song hit. It's Tim biting into a crunch wrap. Oh my god. This podcast brought to you by Taco Bell. I'm Meryl Streep. She sounds crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But while Tim's mouth is full, I'll start us on scene number 3, where after the theme song, Robbie's wearing like him. Do you think this is wise, Mom, Dad, and Grandma alone in an enclosed space for 6 hours? But like, and Charlie mentions that just from a ventilation standpoint alone, it could get pretty nasty, and that's what I thought too.
Is she talking about like farts?
I think just like rotting flesh, because they're old and like, you know, dinosaurs. Their costumes don't exist anymore because of rotting. So like, They're pretty like dinosaurs rotted a lot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They were. Yeah, lick your fingers and finish your sentence. What's up?
No, like I didn't even realize that was said in the episode, so that was just weird to read because
Yeah.
like
You
in the
missed that
context.
point.
Yeah.
No, that's her joke. I'm guessing she means that they're both flatulent. You're probably right about that. I thought she was accusing
or
grandma
like
of rotting.
or like Earl is, and he'll kill grandma.
Yeah, and then
by just
she'll rot.
farting. Yeah.
So yeah, that's her hurling day as she throws it up to death. But Fran's about to announce their secret weekend plans when Charlene informs her that Mindy and her are going rollerblading at the beach. Robbie has plans too. He's attending the junior class car wash. I think he's a senior at this point. Baby is crawling around on the floor looking for things to put in his mouth. And
he's a junior, right?
I thought he was a junior already. I thought he like should be a senior by now because he was like a junior when he made the power dome. I don't know. The time doesn't make sense. But
so he's a senior and he's trying to get like a wet t-shirt contest going on with juniors.
Well, I mean, I guess that's just 1 year apart, but we don't need to really get into it that much. I think what's important is I think in this situation, I'm saying that you're the Robbie, Zach's Charlene, and I'm Baby, who's crawling around the floor looking to put things in his mouth.
Okay.
So, and then Fran says no bueno and lets them know that she sent Earl away for a specific reason, because she's gonna like, you know, Charlene thinks you're gonna move.
I know her. Yeah, that was my favorite line in that. She's like, "Oh, we're gonna move it."
Which works because he can only see, his vision is based on movement. So if they don't tell him,
but it's not a T-Rex, he's a megalosaurus.
T-Rexes are megalosauruses. Come on, we did this in season 1.
God. Oh my
Science.
God.
Welcome. Okay, you want to do it? We'll go back to Ben's Science Corner.
No, Mr.
Hey,
Pullman.
welcome to Ben's Science Corner. Today we're going to learn about drinking bleach and why it's tasty.
Oh God,
it's for kids.
For kids.
Hey, bleach is mostly water. We're mostly water. Get on board, kids.
Yeah.
But
instead of moving without telling him, Fran says she wants to get everyone together to take like a family photo for a gift. Which
yay,
Baby
presents.
What do I get?
Yeah, so she informs them that their payment is the satisfaction that comes with doing something special for their father, which is that sounds pretty dope, but like I guess they're ungrateful for the abuse and torment he's given them over the years.
Yeah, and of course no one wants to do it. Charlene's like, well, you know, I can't really not go to the beach because we need to like hide and giggle around the new lifeguard.
Yeah, she can't get out of it. And Robbie is supposed to accidentally drop sudsy water all over the car washers, and he can't get out of that either. It's a very honorable job, according to Charlene.
You're darn right.
Yeah, and Baby agrees too. But Fran says that like this is the least they can do for Earl, which is bullshit. Robbie's like, no, we could certainly do less, Mom. And Charlie's just like, have you heard of nothing? We could always do nothing. And I think that's important to note because I've always had a problem with that saying too. It's like you can definitely always do less. Fuck, they could kill him. Like that'd be less nice, you know?
Or just move without him.
Which is still a pretty good idea, but they might accidentally move on top of a monster again, which would be annoying.
Yeah.
But, it's real estate problems, but like either way, she informs them that their
zoning codes.
Yeah, zoning codes. Their arguments are denounced, and they're sent to adorn their fancy dressy clothes, which is a wool blazer, a dorky blouse with poofy sleeves, and a sailor suit.
Yeah, they all do it like Robbie's just like, not the wool blazer, and then like Charlene's not the dorky blouse with poofy sleeves, and then Baby's like, not the sailor suit.
Yeah, and they all scream. And then we get back to the car where Ethyl is singing along to some banger, some absolute fucking like jaw knocking hit. I don't know what jaw knocking means, but it's a song about a yellow ribbon and an old oak tree.
Tie the yellow ribbon
on that old oak tree. which is just farm living is the life for me. That's the Green Acres theme. What the hell? How are they gonna rip that off?
This is an actual song, though.
Yeah, so is the Green Acres theme.
Oh,
yeah.
Who ripped off who?
When did that show come out? Did you ever watch
like
Green Acres?
The 60s, 50s.
That also has like a famous. That's Eva Gabor. That came out in 1965, which is before this song came out. So
Okay.
So now I understand what I'm about to tell you about this song, because like Earl's over it, and he's not alone here, because apparently when the Irwin Levine and L. Russell Brown, some fucking randos, wrote this song, nobody wanted to hear it. This is in quotes from an interview. They're like, we first played it for Ringo Starr's people. The people who listened to it for him, they put their hands on the guitar and said, I should be ashamed of showing songs like this to people. It's ridiculous. About a ribbon and a tree. We should be ashamed of ourselves. It could ruin us, and to never show the song to anybody again. So this is a guy named Al Steckler, who worked for Apple Records in New York, told them this, sent them out the door. They ended up showing the song to the band Dawn, featuring Tony Orlando, who recorded it, and it was a hit song. And they wrote another song for him, the one that's like, knock 3 times on the window if you want me, which was a song that I was just telling somebody at work about 3 days ago, because it was a big hit in my household as a kid.
Wait a minute. Dawn was the band?
Yeah, and then Tony Orlando was the singer. That is not the best. It was him and like 2 R&B ladies.
This is because Tony Orlando and Dawn, right?
No, it was just called Dawn originally, and he was just in the band, but like not mentioned. And then it was changed later, like for later hits, to be Tony Orlando and Dawn. But Dawn is like a couple people. It's not just one person. It's 2 black ladies, and then some backup vocalists.
Tony Orlando and Dawn. Isn't that That's like the Dead Milkman, I think.
That was a crunch rap. That's a rap on
that
that crunch rap. You hear that rappy crunch?
I ate it all.
That's some good. Yeah, nobody even noticed except for Ben, who watched in disgust. I watched
to talk with your Baja Blast hair, motherfucker.
Baja Blast hair. Yeah, I guess.
Look at your hair.
That is kind of the color of Baja Blast.
Is it like hard Baja Blast?
Yes. I dyed my hair like this yesterday, and then went to pick up IHOP that I ordered like curbside, and it was like an hour after I ordered it, and they still hadn't brought it to the car. And I didn't want to go in though, because I hadn't washed the dye out of my hair yet. It was still like the part where it's just in my hair settling, so my hair looked insane, more so than it does now. And I was afraid of going in and dealing with it, so I had to call, and then like they answered it, and I was like, hey, I have like a curbside order, and it's like I'm just checking on it because I've been here for a while. They're like, what's your name? I was like, Ben. They're like, Dan? We got no orders for Dan. I was like, no, it's Ben. They're like, oh, okay, Ben, thanks. And they hung up. Then a half hour later, I get my food. And then
I just started making it. Right
yeah, now. It was also embarrassing because the night before I had pink hair, and the Gold Star Chili kept my credit card, and I had to return to get it the next day with different color hair, and it promised I was the same person.
They didn't believe you.
They believed me. They just thought I looked
they didn't care.
They just remembered I looked ridiculous. They didn't remember which kind of ridiculous I looked like.
Ridiculousness.
Yeah, that whole thing. So we get this song that me and Tim are going to cover, and then after they turn it off, it causes a fight where Ethyl starts whacking Earl again with her fucking whacking stick.
Yeah, and he just takes the radio and fucking rips it out and just throws it out the window. And he's like, "And you'll be next if you keep it up."
Yeah, he really MacGruber's the radio, and then like she accuses him of like he almost wrecks, and she's like accusing him of being drunk, and like she was literally hitting him with a cane while he's driving a car. Like, how is that not her fault?
So he pulls over the car and he's like, "Look, I'm gonna be straight up with you, Ethyl. I hate you.
I fucking hate your guts.
I hate being related to you, and I hate driving to your ghoulish reunion." That's great.
She's like caught off guard by this too, and then he like rebuts. She's like, "All right, well, hold on. Okay, I hate you too, and like I don't want you to drive me, and you suck as well." Whatever she says, but like she mentions that her oldest and dearest friends, which are Dorothy, Rose, and Blanche, the cast of Golden Girls,
which is hilariously meta.
Yeah. Jessica Tandy from Driving Miss Daisy played the character Blanche in a Streetcar Named Desire on Broadway or whatever. So it's kind of related, but not really. Okay. I saw that she played Blanche, and I got excited. I thought that was the reason for the Golden Girls reference. Then I realized it was a different Blanche.
Yeah, no, it's a totally different lady.
But Earl
is the racist one.
Yeah, but Earl is reinvigorated by the news of her friends and the fact that she was planning on moving in with them. They've been asking her for years. Like, which means she's been watching TV in a fucking methadone daze, thinking that the Golden Girls want her to live with them. Yeah, so that's what's really happening is she's going into we don't need to talk about dementia here. This is the only podcast that doesn't mention dementia.
but that makes Earl happy because he's
Yeah.
like, well, wait a minute, I get to drive alone back home alone.
Yeah, he's excited by this. So with no radio now though, but he re-enters the highway. He even puts on his turn signal to indicate that he's re-entering the highway, which I noticed. I was like, good job, buddy.
That's a good detail.
That's a stand-up man. Yeah, they can do that, but not the driveway thing.
That's a good lesson though to teach kids.
Yeah, always use your turn signal, even if you don't think somebody's watching at all.
The drivers in Florida.
I thought you guys didn't have turn signals in your cars in Florida.
Yeah, they actually, when you get your car, they uninstall it when you get your
immediately
your Florida license. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you guys have licenses there too? That's fucking like how? How does anybody qualify it?
It's true. I just had to renew my registration. So
I have to say, because people always talk about like states or cities and places like those are the worst drivers, and it's usually like whichever state's right next to you. But like Florida and New Orleans are literally the worst driving like I've ever witnessed. Like I was in Tampa, or no, I was in Clearwater, I think, at the like by a beach, and like the driving was there was like one of those big turnabout, like the roundabouts, like a big traffic circle, and like I just thought everyone was gonna die because it was like nobody knew what they were doing, no turn signaling, just everybody fucking like going fucking wild. It was insane. And then there was a pedal wagon that went onto it. I'm like, what are you doing?
I mean, you should be used to it though, Ben. Do you ever get stuck behind Amish people up in Ohio?
I've never been to the part of Ohio with the Amish. I don't think I stay away from Painesville or whatever.
I have
people. Since I live like just in Cincinnati, where it's a metropolis, every other like take on Ohio I hear from people is like, it's all just like cornfields and like blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like somewhere, but not right here.
Isn't that Nebraska?
It's people say about any of the states in between California and New York. It's all corn.
I don't associate Ohio with cornfields, and maybe I just haven't seen enough of it. But
if you go in between Cincinnati and Dayton, or in between Dayton and Columbus, in between any of the major cities, it's all cornfields. That is what it is.
It's fields, definitely. I don't know if I see any corn.
It's specifically corn.
and religious signs. That's what I.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of like hell is real and shit like that.
Yeah. Repent.
There's like one like talking about a radio station here that's like devil worshippers listen to WBN. And I don't know if it's paid for by WBN or the church. Like both. Oh, by the way, like Ohio is one of the major producers of corn in the country. I just verified, and soybeans,
and white people.
Oh yeah, they make a lot of white people
and presidents.
And serial killers. It's pretty good for serial killers, child pornographers too. This isn't just an AJJ song. I was about to start accidentally singing. Somebody inside you waiting to fucking murder you. And here's to you, Miss Daisy.
Here's to you, Miss Daisy.
Yeah. Jesus loves you more. Oh, never mind. But so here's we're back on the road again, but that's time. Wait, hold on. We are, and he's singing the Yellow Ribbon. He's letting her sing the Yellow Ribbon song, and then
because he's happy.
Scenes. Yeah,
he's not happy. He's like, I'm not listening.
Yeah, he's not happy about that part, but he's happy that they're gonna he's getting rid of her when they get there.
Yeah. So we and from there we cut back to the house. We have the family photographer. He's just dropping the backdrops for the portrait. He has got the county fair one. And like babies immediately is like, I want to eat. I want to throw up.
Yeah, he's excited about the throwing up part of being at the fair. I'd be excited for like the pig calling contest or something, but like it's
that's what it sounds. That's what it says on the sign. Yeah,
I did not notice. It says something about a pig calling contest.
Yeah. I thought that's why you said it.
No, I didn't. That's. I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was writing down the dialogue really quickly. I'm glad that me and Tim Doyle. That's Tim Doyle's contribution. I'm already gonna call it. Me and Tim Doyle were on the same page. No, that's some Muppet shit. That's definitely the Muppet fucking some people who want the set design.
And if they did do it, there would be a Miss Piggy cameo.
Exactly. That'd be just a pig calling contest. And it's just like Kermie or like hiya.
Yes, exactly. The two voices you can do for Miss Piggy right there.
Yeah, I can do two things she says. Anything. Miss Piggy. No, that's not right. And then I can do my Kermit voice. You ready? Up next on Comedy Central, I'm Meryl Streep, also Kermit the Frog.
Why?
Meryl Streep here.
So, the photographer also gives baby a prop lollipop, which he tells him, "Hey, it's a prop. Don't eat that." And he just eats it.
Yeah,
he has like this like horrified look on his face after he eats it.
It's like the whole thing that's supposed to be funny about baby being like that is it's obviously he's crazy. He's like that. He's a dinosaur, but like, why is this guy so surprised that a baby dinosaur is stupid and eats everything?
Yeah,
he must be one of those bachelors that are never gonna have a kid.
And we speaking of which, we get Robbie here in his tight wool blazer.
It's pretty tight, bro.
He can't feel his fingers because it's too small.
He doesn't need to feel them. He doesn't have a full set anyway.
Yeah, and Charlene is in her puffy dress. And then as soon as they come into the room, he changes it to the day at the beach, and Robbie's like, "Hey, well, look, you wanted to be at the beach."
Yeah, but he also points out that he's in a wool like jacket at the beach. Like none of this adds up.
Yeah, but then Fran has a beach ball.
Yeah, she's having a ball at the beach. But they start fighting about having to do the portrait, and they point out the hypocrisy of it all because they don't love each other. How can they do a loving portrait? And the photographer tells them all to say cheese anyway, which is the baby's now on that. That's his whole thing for the rest of the episode. Is how much cheese
I'm the cheese.
Yeah, so he's excited to eat cheese. Demands it from Robbie, who's already distracted because Charlene answered the phone and told some girl that called that Robbie's at the beach and ignoring her. So
I don't know why that just seemed kind of weird. Like she probably could have said something really embarrassing about Robbie, but she went with that.
I think the thing was that like Robbie went to the beach without this girl.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was supposed to be embarrassing. I think it was supposed to make it seem like he was like cheating on her or something. Or
either way, this whole scene was just total chaos.
Yeah, it was total chaos. We got the photographer taking some photo anyway. So far we have a photo of them fighting and they're looking angry at each other. And we go back to the car ride, the Driving Miss Daisy portion of the episode. And they're lost at this point. And because Ethel has the map for some reason instead of Earl, who should be reading and driving. And she says, according to this map, we've wandered completely out of known civilization. We passed the mysterious gorge, the river of blood.
The river of blood.
And now we're at the heart of the Valley of the Roosters.
And now here comes the rooster.
Exactly. REM.
Yeah. No.
Alice in Chains.
Yeah, you got it.
Damn it. I was going to do two more wrong ones.
You got it.
Fuck.
No, you got it.
So here's the thing. I use this website that has the subtitles scripts. It's like the scripts pulled from subtitles. And it's wildly wrong lately. The ones I've looked at. This one, it's
is that why you left this in?
Yeah, here's the way it says.
Weird.
According to this map, we are far from any civilization. We passed the mysterious canyon and the blood flow, and now we are in the heart of Tales of the Taps. What?
Tales of the Tape.
U-turn. Give me the card. Valley of the Taps. So, and it keeps going. We are here. We are here, and it is not the Valley of the Roosters. It's called Valley of the Monsters. Monster. Does not sound like taps. Do you see any cocks here? No, just a terrible inky black void. All wrong. Because what happens is Earl takes the map from Ethel, noting that her blind ass can't read for shit. He says it's not the Valley of the Roosters, it's the Valley of the Monsters. And like, do you see any roosters here? Not cocks.
Any big inky
and not inky black void either. It's like inky, like dark, terrifying void. Doesn't even say inky. Yeah, it does say inky, but either way, they decide they're going to turn around, but it's too late because it's time to do a Jurassic Park parody in the middle of the episode. So this episode was being made when that movie came out.
So there was a detail that makes it work, that makes this joke work, that I thought was funny, is that the whole time he's like in the car, he has like, it's supposed to be like a big gulp from 7-Eleven, but instead it says Dino Gulp on the cup. And then, yeah, he looks in it and the water starts rippling like in Jurassic Park.
So I do think it's funny that this show started before dinosaurs. We knew about dinosaurs existing because Jurassic Park came out in 1993.
And then we knew all about him.
Yeah, we knew every fact about dinosaurs. So like, yeah, I think it is like, it's funny that the show was getting canceled around that time because you think it'd be the good time to actually have the show now that dinosaurs are about to get 5 times as famous, you know?
Yeah.
But I guess Disney's stupid. They don't know how to jump on trends correctly. But yeah, so Earl says when this monster's approaching that, which I always think it's funny that they have bigger things than them approach. Like he's a megalosaurus. He's the king of the dinosaurs.
Why do they have so many monsters and stuff in this universe?
Their fossils must have just been bigger and more dense and sunk further in the earth and we haven't discovered them yet or something.
Are these like the fossils they find of the giants and stuff that lived on the planet?
Well, even those would be like the size of dinosaurs. Like these have to be even bigger.
They're probably smaller than dinosaurs, but sure.
I'm saying, well, okay, yeah, but these guys are like.
Don't you know anything about the Nephilim?
Hagrid's about what?
The Nephilim.
What the fuck is that?
You don't know about that?
No, I don't.
You don't know anything about the Book of Enoch?
Are you talking about Diablo?
No.
There's a thing called Nephilim in Diablo.
Yeah, they're like the devil. So like the angels came down and had sex with people, and then they made these giants.
This is in the first book of Enoch. That's non-canonical. It says.
It's definitely real, man.
It says non-canonical Jewish text. What's it from?
It's from the Bible.
The Book of Enoch. It's an ancient Hebrew apocalyptic religious text ascribed by a tradition to Enoch, the great grandfather of Noah. So it's antediluvian broadcasting company. Explains why the Genesis flood was morally necessary, and exposition of the 1,000-year reign of the Messiah. What is this book? I've never. Oh, it was some of it was found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So this is like when God planted the fossils to make a joke on us. This is like that kind of thing.
Yeah, of the giants. Yeah.
So the Jews do not use it as part of their canon, but some churches do, like Ethiopian Orthodox Tawahedo Church and the Eritrean Orthodox Church consider it canonical. It's apparently Christians don't consider it canonical for the most part. So are you just better than Christians? Is that what we're getting at?
Well, yes, obviously.
Where'd you learn about this?
You listen to a few paranormal podcasts and it's bound to come up.
I'm going to be obsessed with this now.
It's also a very ancient aliens thing too. So,
you know what?
I know you have some experts there down in Kentucky.
Well, for sure, where the hologoblins are.
But we have the guy at the gas station.
Yeah. Every guy at the gas station. Every gas station you walk into in Kentucky, there's a guy in the corner standing there ominously. He's always like, "You ain't from around here, are you? You don't know about the green people that live in them hills, do you?" And like, it's just every time. I'm just trying to fucking buy a Reese's Big Cup, and this guy's or Dino Cup, and this guy's bugging me.
Dino Gulp.
But yeah, so we get this monster. It approaches very Jurassic Park style, leaning down next to the window. And Earl is like saying that if they stand up for each other, they'll be fine, but immediately sells Ethel down the river when he gets scared.
No. And she's like, "Oh, no, eat her." And Earl's like, No, take him. He has more meat.
You just said those backwards, but yes.
Yeah.
Earl said, "Take him. He has more meat." He's talking to Ethel to tell Ethel to take the monster. Eat him. He has more meat. So instead, the little guy, he rolls down the window. The little guy, he rolls down the window.
Well, at first, like Ethel's like, he's trying to roll down the window, like, and Earl's just like catatonic. Like he's like,
yeah, he's like, done.
So instead, the monster just like takes his nail and just like lowers the window,
which is a bit rude, but he does offer them a friendly howdy. And Ethel communicates with them. He finds out they're lost, and he tells them like, oh, you just have to go back to where you came from, and you're gonna see a Waffle House on the right. You're gonna turn left, and you can't miss it. You'll be back on the highway. And Earl still remains catatonic, and the guy is like asked her if he's gonna be okay, and she's like, yeah, he's just a little car sick.
Yeah. And then the monster leaves, and she's like, oh, he was so nice. And then Earl's still just standing there, and she like hits him, and Earl's just like, there's a Waffle House.
Yeah. Earl's my people represent. I would get just as excited about the Waffle House. That'd be my takeaway. But we go back to more fighting at the non-Waffle House, more like the Awful House. And now it's in front of a snowy backdrop with a snowman and some skis as props. Baby doesn't eat those.
Yeah. And he wants cheese fondue. Baby wants cheese fondue.
Who doesn't?
Robbie's just like, why am I wearing this wool sweater in the snow?
Wait, no. Why would he say that? Wouldn't he wear the wool sweater in the snow?
I don't know. Whatever.
He says that at the beach, but now I wouldn't understand. In the snow, he would wear a wool sweater.
But they're like, why do you want to take this stupid photo anyway? And she's like, because I said so. And they're all like, oh, great like, answer.
Mom works for Mr. Richfield now.
And Fran gets so upset. And she's like, I just wanted something nice for your father's birthday.
Yeah, so they're in luck because the photographer happens to be a fucking therapist. Which he takes a picture of them being sad, then he like switches the backdrop to his office, which I think is fucking funny.
Yeah. Also, he just like flips around his little lanyard to family therapist.
So this is like a turtle puss type guy, but he only has 2 jobs instead of 500.
Yeah. Which ironically we'll get to
another turtle puss.
Yeah.
But we have I think the whole like the therapy thing is funny to me because like honestly, I mean, we'll get to it because it brings it back up later, like what they could have done to make it family centric, and I'll give my opinion. But we got to get back to Ethel and Earl, who are arguing in the car because they're running late, and they're like deciding whose fault it is because Ethel has the map, but Earl's like a fucking idiot. But he's just like, you're not gonna miss shit because I'm fast as fuck, boy. And
fast
he's
as
going,
fuck, boy.
Yeah, fast as fuck, boy. And he's going. That's what I did the whole time on the way to and from New Orleans when I was going over 100 on the highway. I kept going fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah, but then they get pulled over by the pigs.
So he goes from bragging about how fast he was going to being like, I couldn't have been doing more than 58.
yeah. When he gets pulled over, he's like 58 at most. 58 at most. He's like, you were doing 96 miles an hour, sir.
Zach, cut the take where Tim says it correctly and only keep the one where he went 50 of the
fuck you. And he's just like, Earl's like, wow, look at that. And then you call this an old junker.
Yeah, look how fast this thing can go. He's like, oh wait, I mean too fast, but other than we had extenuating circumstances, she's like, I gotta take this lady to the loony bin. She's crazy.
Dangerously insane, as he
dangerously insane. Which is what they call that's the Cheetos advertisement too, right?
Yeah. When you find the Cheeto that looks like a Rorschach painting, that's when you know.
Which is the character from Watchmen. But we like Earl like mentions like, you know, her being insane, like we said, and the cop looks back at her and he's just like, doesn't look that dangerously insane to me.
And this is like, the best. This is the best part of the episode.
Yeah, she tells him to tell the truth. I'm pregnant and I'm about to have triplets. Three little bowling balls. All beautiful
girl. And then she just starts like,
starts howling. And Earl's just like, yeah, some days are worse than others. We need to get to that hospital, you know?
But the opposite, it even gets to the point where the officer's like, well, I'll give you an escort. And Earl's like, nah, we'll be okay.
Yeah, but what'd she say to him? Your favorite part?
Merry Christmas, Mr. President.
I'll see you on Mars.
Woof, woof.
So Earl compliments Ethel on her improv abilities while they're pulling away. She says, I know how to handle the fuzz.
Yeah,
and he misses. He misses the moment that he could have been like, then why haven't you shaved that upper lip? But he skips it. Like he's not that quick. He's not Gilmore Girls, you know.
Dinosaurs don't have hair, Ben.
Then why? Since when?
since evolution.
What about the hair that stands up on that one's neck, that Dilophosaurus that yells at the Newman?
That's not hair.
Oh well,
It's just its skin.
it's a rose by any other name, but either way, Earl says
It's from the Golden Girls.
Yeah, Earl says they make the Golden Gilmore Girls. Earl says they make a good team, and she's quick with the roast still. She says you're a team all by yourself, fat boy. But
Earl loves it though.
Now he's into it. Now he's like, yeah, fucking get me.
And then he's like, all right, Ethel, better start redoing your makeup. We're almost there.
Redoing because they fucked. And
Yeah. Well,
she says it's gonna take a while, so drive around the block.
Yeah. So we go back. We're in the middle of the therapy session. Some of this is kind of irrelevant. Like Charlene says that they're expected to be more responsibility, but she's never given like any responsibilities, which is a thing that comes up a lot.
Yeah, they're not a lot of the trust required to like achieve that trust. Like,
yeah, and then we get more of we get more proof that baby is,
Gen Z,
not straight. And baby asserts that Fran is too controlling and also conforms to gender binary.
Yeah, will not let him wear a dress.
I want to wear a dress,
Which has come up in several episodes.
Yeah, he also wants to be the cheese. So
I assume that's gonna be his non-binary name.
Yeah. And then when they grow up and get roommates, they'll set up a GoFundMe when someone tells them that they need to do the dishes.
Yeah, because they're being never mind.
An abusive home.
Yeah, because of the neurotypical like roommate making them do like their fucking clean up after themselves. But so speaking of baby cheese, I do like the idea. He's gonna have a friend named Mac, and they're gonna get along so well. And mac and cheese.
Yeah, Mac from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, and baby. I'm shipping them. But they're about the same level of intelligence. Yeah, I'm shipping them up to Boston. I lost my leg. My leg. But so here's the thing is about this family. He wants them to role play as each other to see how they can make it more family centric. Mm-hmm. And here's all Fran had to do is maybe like fucking let the kids know before the weekend that this was the plan. She knew before the weekend that it was the plan. And like,
just
like,
keep it a secret,
Yeah. And just like be like, hey, we're going to do this. So like, make sure you have like free time on like, it's an hour. Like that's all you really need realistically. Have an hour of free time. Like, just like do that. They're like almost adults. They're pretty much the people they're going to be according to Earl in that first or second episode. Like you don't have to raise them anymore. Just watch with interest.
Yeah. So we get it. We get the roles is Charlene is going to play Fran. Mm-hmm. Robbie's going to play Charlene, and baby is the cheese.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah. He kind of gives them a fake laugh.
I am the cheese. I am the most popular character on this show. So that's the best Rocco episode. If you were Wacky Deli.
My favorite episode of Rocco is the one where Big Head's son is an animator.
Oh, like in the new one?
No, it's the old Rocco. He makes a cartoon that's just like a jar of mayonnaise on screen for a half hour.
That's the same episode.
I know. I'm trying to get you to notice that I was being a dick.
Because it's a 2-part episode too, though.
Oh man, we should do that as a friends. I was gonna say as bonus, but like, there's no reason to do that for this show. Let's just watch those episodes together. But
really good.
Yeah, speaking of Wacky Deli, we got Machiavelli over here. And wait, hold on. That's not a good segue. Earl stumbles over his words. There we go. That's just like what I was doing. Trying to compliment Ethel on her appearance. Oh, you look as beautiful as one could reasonably expect you to look, I guess, you ugly bitch.
Yeah. But so they finally make it. We get the big old banner, which we learned the year that she graduated, which doesn't really add
60
up.
million and 62.
Yep. And we get the host, Barry Maloney.
Turtlepuss. Barry Maloney.
Barry Turtlepuss.
Barry Turtlepuss Maloney. Barry Maloney, where the buffaloes roamy. But so we get Barry hosting it. He welcomes Ethel and her husband, Earl.
Yeah, she's like, he's not my husband.
Hey, judge not lest ye be. Obviously, whatever you're doing, it's working for you. So he's a snazzy turtle puss in this episode.
Yeah, he knew that most of the people would come with escorts and stuff like that.
Yeah, so Ethel Phillips, she reveals her maiden name in this one. I think she may have in the past, but I can't remember for certain. It's Ethel Hinkleman, which is her name before she got married. So I was expecting it to be like a specifically Jewish name because of the whole Jessica Tandy's character in Driving Miss Daisy, old Jewish woman being driven around by a young black man, which Earl is, I guess.
Young?
Well, Morgan, younger than her.
He don't look like it.
He's supposed to be like 20 years her junior. So like, based on, I watched like a YouTube video, which was like 10 scenes from the movie. So I pretty much am an expert on Driving Miss Daisy. It looks like it sucks. I can give you that. It's a ripoff of Green Book, as we said last episode. But no Lord of the Rings potatoes guy. So
no.
So no Lord of the Rings, no Aragorn.
Yeah, he doesn't say that. He doesn't talk about the potatoes.
No, but we mentioned that we call them all the Lord of the Rings, and then we were talking. That's because we were talking about potato, because that's
Lord of the Ring. You mean?
He's the king, the once and true king of Gondor, or Rohan.
King of the Ring.
King of the Ring. Yeah, he was the bitch that climbs out of the well and kills people with a videotape. So basically, the thing is, Ethel's the only one on the list, even though it takes a while to go through it. She's the only one with a name tag. Because guess what? You didn't get hurled. Everyone gets hurled at 72 except for you.
Right? Like, this makes no sense.
Like, why was she expecting these people to be alive? She hasn't heard from them in 6 years.
They would all be dead. Yeah.
Yeah, dead as fuck. Dead and buried.
Because she's the first one to not get hurled.
Unless they were all like a month younger than her and they all followed it. But I guarantee it wasn't just everybody chose not to after her. I bet it was like a slow process. She was just the first.
Yeah, it's only been like a year or two anyway.
We don't know anymore how long it's been because it's all so confusing. But Ethel looks very dejected and depressed because she's like, where are my Golden Girls? We're supposed to live together. I DVR'd that episode so that we are going to miss this weekend even. And like, they didn't have DVR back then. But they did have Punch though, because Earl offers to go get her some Punch. It's nice of him.
Yeah, but instead she just wants to go home.
Yeah, because I bet he was setting up for the puncher. He was just gonna fucking knock her lights out.
Boom!
Some
punch to the kisser.
Yeah, a knuckle sandwich, some Hertz donuts. He was going fucking in on it.
Also in this whole scene, we learned that the school she went to was called Primordial High.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Which is weird because they're not primordial.
Yeah, it should have been antediluvian.
Yeah.
That's my auntie Diluvian. That's where she went to school. But I went to the School of Hard Knocks, so I've been around the blocks a few times. But we get as they're leaving, we do get kind of a good joke for the awards time where Barry starts announcing the classmate who traveled the farthest, Ethel Hinkleman. Let's give her a round of applause, folks.
It's some like real fucking like dystopian shit. Like fucking it's like it was like the first few episodes of like Monday Night Raw with no crowd when when Stone Cold's just like, everybody give me a hell yeah, and there's no one there.
this is like almost like this must be what David Lynch films are like. I wouldn't watch them because I'm straight, but then he shouts Ethel Hinkleman, like he has who's the classmate who traveled the least, also Ethel Hinkleman. And then he ends it on a rude note with classmate who gained the most weight.
He had no choice.
I hope he said also lost the most weight and then added her, but he probably just left it at that for a roast.
Yeah, but that's what it was. It wasn't a reunion.
Yeah, it was the roast of Ethel.
Yeah, but she left.
Yeah, right before Jeff Ross got on.
Thank God.
Yeah. Oh wait, never mind. That's Lisa Lampanelli. Boom, roasted. But so they're like on this silent drive home, and Earl tries to break the sad silence by singing, Green Acres is the place for me. Tie a yellow ribbon around that old oak tree.
It was actually Octopus Garden.
Oh, what's that?
It's a Ringo
Is that
Starr
part of
song.
is that Book of Enoch thing? Oh, it's Ringo
Yeah.
Starr.
Mm,
Ringo Starr
Ringo
is
Starr.
Ringo Starr is a Lovecraftian creation. Come on. But
Have you seen those sunglasses?
exactly. But either way, it doesn't work to lift her moods. Instead, we get to the scene where Earl and Ethel arrive home, interrupting the photo shoot because they weren't expecting them to come home early. And
Because it died. The reunion kind of died.
yeah, Earl's comments like has no tact. And then he learns what they're doing there. They're taking a family portrait of all the ones who love him, and he's just like, oh well, you can't be doing a family portrait of everyone of my loving family because everyone's not here. You're missing someone.
Yeah, and Charlene's like, you mean, well, Aunt Pearl, who they don't know exists.
Who they don't
That's
know
right.
exists. It was
Yeah.
produced out of order, so this is the problem. But she mentions Aunt Pearl.
Lives far away.
Yeah, lives too far. Their cousin Gus is dead, and so is their grandpa Louie. They don't have a pet because they aren't running for president anymore or whatever.
Yeah, they got rid of that dog.
Checkers.
Yeah.
But
maybe he means the TV.
yeah, that's the most accurate. But Ethel catches on.
I
What?
thought Earl was gonna say me. Like I thought he was gonna say that.
And then they just leave Ethel out, and she's just crying about her dead friends.
Because that's the most Earl thing to do.
Yeah, but he learned something in the last episode, when he was thinking about the
Guess
stars
so.
and whatnot. He's more he's loving now. So he pushes her over into it, and she's like, it's like, yeah, he means me, you fucking idiots. Jesus Christ. But like she was like, right, fat boy, and then he's like, what the fuck, man? I do all this shit. I learn a lesson, I sing you a song, I take you to this fucking thing, and you're still a racist old bitch. Like, I think that's how Miss Daisy ends.
Yeah, and it was depressing. So now I'm like depressed by proxy.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I got fired from Proxy and Gamble. I'm all depressed, and this lady still being mean, call me fat boy. He sounds like Nick DiPaolo in this scene. But
Snowflake.
Yeah. The snowflake over here still being an old hag. Women aren't funny. We all know this. But he's like, she says, you want me to be nice? Stand still. And she whacks him again. And like, he's not even into being whacked. So it's kind of mean.
Yeah. And she's like, she's basically just like, I'll suck it up. She's like, hitting you is the only joy remaining in my life.
Yeah, don't deny an old lady a simple pleasure. The whole whack thing, though, it did make me immediately think of the video game Donkey video about the Sopranos PS2 game. And when you die, it says you got whacked. And it's like, hey, I remember the first time I got whacked. Shit City. What do you mean the first time you died, sir? But Fran thinks it's nice to see the two of them getting along, which Earl is flabbergasted by. Like, she's beating him up.
Yeah, she gets in the photo and he's standing by the photographer and he's like, Ethel, I think you broke one of my ribs.
Yeah, which gets everybody smiling and laughing for the picture, and they finally get the right picture. It's all good. A lovely photo for Earl to, I guess, fucking throw away.
Yeah,
when they all move away without him the next episode.
But they did it. That's the episode.
Yeah, and now Robbie gets to go hang out with some soap sudsy girls. Oh wait, it's nighttime. He missed his chance. I bet the new lifeguard's already dead too.
Probably eaten by a shark.
That's probably Blanche
or some monster in the ocean.
That's true. I almost got confused by the ocean part. And I was like, oh, this isn't SpongeBob. Like, thinking of them being underwater in the anomaly, but no.
Yeah.
So
also, if they live on Pangea on the supercontinent, like they're obviously surrounded by ocean, but how close to the ocean do you think they are?
Well, dinosaurs are so big, it's always a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot of like big gulps with the water stirring in it.
Dino gulps.
But yeah, that was the episode. That was Driving Miss Ethel.
Yay.
Yay. Maybe not like maybe a movie that's about like power struggles and race relations and like being an old Jewish person but still being biased towards a black man, and like maybe that's not like the right movie to like take the title from to make like your little episode that has nothing to do with it. But I think everything does that now. Like everything does a Driving Miss Daisy reference when it's someone driving someone. It
was a pretty big movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Michael Bay directed it. Huge special effects.
Yeah, they cut out the scene where Morgan Freeman is driving the limo and he just like
And it turns into it turns into Megatron.
and he like drives through a busy city street to fight some Afghani terrorists.
Yeah. Which are you mean the Afghan the dog. Fight some dog terrorists.
Yeah, dog terrorists. Yeah.
Those are cats. I've seen cats and dogs.
Yeah, I know. I know a dog named Isis. That makes sense.
Oh no. A dog named Isis and a streetcar named Desire.
Blanche.
I like my Hidden Valley Blanche.
Well,
man, the guy who directed Driving Miss Daisy directed pretty much just nothing that I've seen. Ladies in Black, Breaker Morant, Mr. Church. They're all movies that are kind of recent but look like they're from 500 years ago.
they're like movies that people who watch Driving Miss Daisy would watch.
They really do. Like if you look at the IMDb, it's like one of them's like a picture of Eddie Murphy looking very serious called Mr. Church 2016. And then like he's like it's like clearly a period piece. Like he's like dressed like it's like the 30s. And like you know what? I'm gonna watch all 4 of these before next episode. Just kidding. I just said I was gonna watch Driving Miss Daisy and I couldn't pull it off.
No, don't do that.
I'm gonna read the Book of Enoch though, so there we go.
Well, you good luck finding something from the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm not just gonna write it myself, which is what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna take Harry Potter and change some words.
Oh, like 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
It was so as we end this episode, before we introduce the next episode, I do got to tell a quick story relating to Harry Potter for my one time. Okay. I did say Hagrid earlier, but we were talking at the same time, so it doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
But so I was like giving a tour at my job to a couple friends, and I was mentioning that there was this guy who used to work there named Ron who passed away, and he like built a lot of the machines we use in the factory, but now we don't know how to fix them or make new ones because he died, and we don't have that information because he didn't make blueprints or anything. He just did it. So I mentioned that Ron's dead, and that's the problem with this stuff. And then we go to another department, and there's these skids full of like old silk screen stuff and like glass making and cutting and printing, and like it's all this shit. And like I'm like, oh, this guy named Harry died. This is where he was storing his stuff when he passed away. So I'm supposed to be cleaning out this area. And then like this guy I'm showing giving the tour to is like, so where's Hermione work? And I didn't know what the fuck he meant. I did not catch on to the fact that the 2 guys who I mentioned who died were named Harry and Ron. So I was like, this guy had a me joke. He threw a me joke at me, a joke I would make, and I never made it. I somehow did not make that connection.
He already knew you before he actually knew you.
Well, I mean, this guy knew me. Wait, no, he didn't know me. He just knows me. He knows me and knows I have a Harry Potter tattoo. So
you hadn't kissed yet.
He thought I was doing. That's true. He thought I was doing a bit though. That was his thing. Although the same person I'm talking about, his sexual awakening was the scene where Aunt Marge gets blown up in the 3rd Harry Potter film because he's into women getting bigger all of a sudden. So just a little. I'm not going to name this person by name because that'd be rude after that comment.
Marcellus Wallace.
Yeah, Marcellus Wallace at gmail.com. But next episode we'll be talking about in a week from now is Earl's Big Jackpot, which I don't know what that's about, but it's going to be fucking written by Tim Doyle and directed by Mark Brule, Steve Brule's dad.
Yeah, I based on the description from Disney Plus, it says something about Earl gets injured at work. So
that's a big jackpot.
Well, yeah, for we say so. Jeez.
Yeah. But I would say that we're excited for that one because it's a Tim Doyle one. And we're running out of episodes, so we got to be excited about something here. And just the other thing we're excited about is that our buddy Zach George produces and edits our podcast. Last week I had to do it because we finished recording an hour before release, so that's on me.
Amazing, folks.
Yeah, I even selected a cold open out of that thing. which I think I used out of something that happened before the episode started too.
That episode was at least an hour long, but it felt like it only took us like 30 minutes to record that episode.
Yeah. Speaking of Earl's big jackpot, we were smoking a big crack rock for that episode. So the good, the bad, the leftover crack.
Mike Wazowski.
I hope that nobody who listens to this knows who Leftover Crack is or Mike Wazowski.
That's a pretty wide range of people.
Yeah.
Like people who know who Mike Wazowski is compared to people who know who Leftover Crack is.
That's a circle. That Venn diagram's all a circle. Everyone who knows one of those knows the other one. But so yeah, Zach's podcast, Keystone Copycast with Chris and Zach. It comes out every fucking Wednesday. Check it out. It's good stuff. I enjoy it. I'm not caught up yet. I'll get caught up. Don't tell Zach that.
I am.
But yeah, he's gonna tell Zach that. And then we got Amy Shenanigans. Our homie did the logo for our podcast. I did a little touch up on it, add some scary little puppets and scowy. And then alongside that, our friend Stacy did our logo for our t-shirts. We still got some of those. If you want them, you can trade us jaunty little tune, or like we can do chores for us or something, and you can have one.
Update. A different cat went and pooped on the shirts again.
Here I can promise you that the shirts, if you email me, this is my nightmare at gmail.com, or find me on Instagram at Benjamin Idol, I'll give you poop free shirts.
Don't worry, folks, I'll wash it again.
Yeah,
but,
you can get discounted shirts. No more cat poop. The poop has been removed. There's no more farts in their heads. The cat who was farting in their heads got fired.
They need proper ventilation.
Yeah, from a ventilation standpoint alone, those shirts are on discount. But then thanks to Jeremy Hunter from Scotch Network for a theme song. Check them out. Jer, Scotch Network, We're the Union. Find them on Spotify, YouTube. If you go to Fest, you can see them play in every band. It's you can see them Steven Universe movie they recorded some music for. Like, I mean, it's fucking crazy. They did something for this podcast. That must mean we're special.
They're gonna be on tour soon, so you might be able to see them in person.
Oh yeah,
well, not
mask
Scott
free,
but
mask free. What?
But Jared will be there.
What? We're the Union or
yeah, there's a few We're the Union tour.
So if you want to rob a van, don't do theirs. They just had it robbed recently. You can't do that.
No.
Yeah, give them a few years.
If you want to see them with Eve 6, though, you can go on this upcoming tour.
Yeah, put my heart in a fucking blender. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
But speaking of hearts in a blender, we're gonna go put our hearts in a little blender, and that's how we do our Sundays here at Sinclairity. It's Friday canonically for everyone listening, but
that's right.
Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us. Like, you can get more of our content at A Dinosaurs Tale on Twitter, at A Dinosaurs Tale on Instagram. You can email us sinclaritypodcast@gmail.com.
Also, I don't know if this is in the body of the episode, but Ben has been valiantly adding the missing episodes to YouTube. So if you ever wondered why there's some episodes not on the YouTube channel, it's because they don't get automatically uploaded, or they
do unless there's a problem sometimes where they don't. And then I have to go in and fill in those gaps like very laboriously.
Yeah. So if you want to check out the YouTube, if that's how you want to listen to it, the missing episodes are slowly going up there. So
yeah, I'm like, since you mentioned that, I'm already adding more. I'm like in the middle of creating the next one in line. So because what?
I was gonna say, because a lot of the times when we're trying to get interviews or whatever, or we're talking to people about the show and we want to show them an episode, it's so much easier to send them the YouTube link, because not everyone has, Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anything like that. So
yeah. So we're just we're almost caught up though. By the time this episode comes out, they'll all be on YouTube. So that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So we'll catch you guys after the apocalypse. Post primordial. So I hope everyone I'm Ben Hand Up Me. This is my buddy Tim something. And we hope you enjoy your extinction.
Goodbye.
Bye. I like your mask.